Hello and welcome to this field experience information session. The benefits of a field experience often include, first and foremost, having the opportunity to gain some firsthand experience in a chosen field of interest. And other benefits include having some one-on-one time with a seasoned professional, your mentor teacher, completing some assignments and being able to reflect on those assignments, and the enhancement of your personal and professional skills while networking. For students in EDUC 1301 and EDUC 2301, students are required to observe a minimum of 16 hours in a classroom of a P through 12 school with varied and diverse student populations. P through 12 meaning pre-K through grade 12. For those in TECA 1303, TECA 1311, and TECA 1318, students are required to participate in field experiences with children from infancy through age 12 in a variety of settings with varied and diverse populations. As you may have noticed, the field experience for EDUC and TECA courses differs. Because of this, the field experience assignments will differ. Background checks are to be conducted prior to the student beginning his or her field experience. It is the responsibility of the Northlake student to ask the specific requirements/checks that are mandatory for the chosen public school and to fully comply with those requirements. Different schools, districts require different background checks and have different policies regarding student observers. Make sure that you inform yourself of that particular school district's policies prior to beginning the field experience. For the safety of the children, the background check requirement is non-negotiable. While you are at the school, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. Facial hair and facial jewelry are sometimes prohibited, so be sure to inquire about that prior to starting your field experience in a school district. While there, also make sure that you dress conservatively and avoid wearing jeans, flip-flops, baseball caps, and things of that nature. Also keep in mind that social attire, what you may wear out on a Saturday evening with friends, may also be inappropriate. Northlake College also asks that you refrain from using your cell phone while at the site. As far as the expectations, we ask that you always be an active observer and assistant, and that when you say you are going to be there, that you are there. Teachers will often organize activities based upon you being at the school. If you are not there when you say you will be, it may interrupt your teacher's plans for that day. When in the field, you will often be addressed as Miss, Mrs., or Mr. We ask that you show the same respect to your mentor teacher by addressing him or her as Mr., Ms., or Miss. Keep in mind that you are a guest at the school, so equipment at the school is to be used only by their faculty and staff and not by the Northlake student for personal use. An important item to keep in mind is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act of 1974 is a federal law that protects the privacy of student information in student educational records. FERPA protects students' educational records, including paper and electronic data, and it prohibits anyone connected to the school, including faculty, administrators, volunteers, and student teachers, from improperly disclosing student information. FERPA regulations apply to volunteers, student teachers, and college students gaining field experience hours. When in doubt, individuals should use the term a student or a teacher when referring to a particular field experience situation, or rephrase the comment question to include any identifying information. In a nutshell, what happens in the school stays in the school. As far as activities that you may participate in while at the school, they may vary. It all depends on your mentor teacher and his or her expectations. Make sure that you seek permission from the mentor teacher before you engage in any of the activities listed here. As far as the documentation of the field experience hours, make sure that you have your timesheet with you each time you visit the school. Additionally, make sure that you indicate the hours at the school that day and that you have your mentor teacher sign your sheet for that day. Always be sure to abide by the policies of Northlake College and those of the school district. This way you can protect yourself from being unable to complete the field experience. Students often have a number of questions regarding the field, so I have listed a number of frequently asked questions. For example, when do I start? Start as soon as possible. Certain school districts have start dates for student observers each year, so inquire about that first. Additionally, review the course calendar to determine the important completion dates regarding the field placement and requirements. Does the instructor initiate and participate in the student's placement for each field site? Unfortunately, I am not able to do that due to the number of students in various parts of the Metroplex. Policies for student observers vary from school district to school district and may vary also from school to school within a school district. For school placement, the students must first make contact with the district's administration office. The district representative will then direct the student on how to begin. Each district has its own process and policies that are to be completed prior to allowing the student in the field. For example, a background check. Process times vary from district to district. Once the background check has been processed and you are approved, the school district office will then direct you to a school of your choice for placement at that school. The individual responsible for assigning a mentor teacher at the school may be the principal, an assistant principal, a school counselor, or an assigned teacher. It is best to get that information and to establish an initial meeting time via phone call to the school prior to your first visit. Must I complete all 16 hours? Yes, you must complete all 16 hours in order to pass the course. Must I complete all 16 hours in 2 8-hour days? No. I think it is best that you spread your required hours over a period of days and times. This provides for a better picture of how that school operates. But you will need to discuss your work and your course schedule with your assigned mentor teacher to determine an optimal schedule for everyone involved. I am taking 2 courses that require field experience. May I use the completion of the same 16 hours for both? No. 16 hours are required for each course for a total of 32 hours. If you are taking 3 classes, you have to complete a total of 48 hours. If I am taking more than 1 course requiring a field experience, may I complete all the hours with the same mentor teacher? No. Students should not demand so much from one teacher. Additionally, students should consider that field requirements and assignments often vary from course to course. Students should take this opportunity to learn from various settings and instructors. It is best to be with 2 separate teachers if you are taking 2 separate courses. Once the background check has been processed and I am approved, what am I to do? Select the school and make an appointment to speak with the person at that school whose responsibility it is to place student observers. May I choose the grade or subject I would like to observe? In most cases, schools will try to accommodate the student's wishes. For example, if you wish to observe a 2nd grade classroom, they will try to place you in a 2nd grade classroom. However, this is something that you will need to discuss with the school representative at the site. May I complete the hours at a school where I work? Yes, but the hours must be completed while you are off the clock. How do I show proof that the required hours are being completed? Students are required to maintain a completed timesheet. The timesheet must be signed by the mentor teacher each time the student visits. May I split the 16-hour requirement between two schools? If only taking one class, it is best that you complete all hours with one teacher. That one teacher will serve as your mentor teacher and be responsible for signing your timesheet and completing the evaluation. I plan to work as a substitute teacher this semester. Can those hours be classified as field experience hours? Field experience hours are to be completed off the clock. Additionally, one cannot observe another teacher while serving as a substitute. I hope this answered many of your questions. I know that many of you are excited about starting, so please initiate the process as soon as possible. And I wish you a wonderful knowledge-filled semester. Thank you. Please feel free to email me with any other additional questions you may have.